third parties suggested that I buy a new ass, that I increase my breast size with silicone and polymers. Let me explain to you what you don't know, bitch. And I'm gonna call you a bitch because you weren't bold enough as a fucking woman to approach me, either in love or out of rage, to say, you know what? You don't know me, but you are the talk of town. And bitch, you need to buy a new ass. Or, Tanya, are you worried about your looks? Why don't you do something about it? Well, let me explain something to you, bitch, because I'm going to call you what you are. Let me explain to you what you don't know as you flaunt around with your fake ass and tits. Let me explain to you what you don't know. Okay? For starters, I live in a community where we have smart meters, where 5G was implemented. And if you want to know, everything that was implemented or made, everything that they're making us aware of already existed. I was born, and trust me, I'm not aware if any changes were made to my body. The only thing I can think of is I sincerely believe that my legs were broken when I was born, because I love dancing, and for some reason I'm not able to dance. I feel like there's a disconnection with my body. I'm sorry, I'm talking about myself, so I'm gonna be sweet. But back to you, bitch. You may not be aware that the individuals that suffer from trauma, that live in smart environments where they have smart meters, where a cesspool of radio frequency is ripping the shit out of your ovaries, okay, where you're not even able to produce children because you live in an environment where bees are dead, where birds aren't freely flying. You want to know who did that? The same idiot who suggested that you encourage me through social media to buy a new ass. Your body was infiltrated. And thanks to Rockefeller, your body was infiltrated with oils, polymers. Thanks to various scientists, your body was infiltrated with enough foreign body to kill you. In fact, you should be dead. In fact, they don't want to be honest with you about how they're killing you already. And everyone knows. Now, I'm not sure if I'm diabetic because every time I have a check, it's 85 and under. So if they're manipulating those numbers, I wouldn't know. The point is, if you're diabetic, everyone knows if you're diabetic, you should in no way, you should avoid having any cuts to your body, and having surgery could really destroy you, especially if that surgery is to enhance your beauty, okay? Because for as long as I've been alive, I've had a thin waist. I didn't always have a round ass, and I'm pretty sure my like I told you, I believe that there were injuries that occurred in 1981 at the Mount Sinai Hospital. And I hope the Akashic record can prove this, okay? Because I know that there are injuries to my body that I can't explain. But to suggest that I literally lacerate my flesh to insert polymers that are being inserted through vapor, through gasoline, through white pills, through the air quality, through chemtrails. Why would I ever partake in destroying my flesh and losing my life because I need to enhance my body parts? I never had issues with my bosom. But what you don't know is that my flesh was destroyed by various agencies. My body is broken apart, and I can't afford to leave. I can't afford to live in a new environment that would support my health. So please refrain from giving anyone advice about enhancing one's beauty with literally lacerating or puncturing wounds, because half of you black bitches don't understand that your wound was punctured. And like this particular doctor mentioned in Boston, we were all punctured at birth, and the insertion of microchips without our knowledge, without the awareness of our parents, and when they lacerated and punctured and perforated our flesh, you were too dumb and young to understand that your life would never be the same. So please stop encouraging the mutilation of flesh for the enhancement of beauty. I'm pretty sure we've had enough violence towards our bodies as black women. To have to deal with your infiltration. And trust me, you're on an AI program. And trust me, you are on an AI program. But don't be stupid, because you are not aware that if you're not healthy, you should literally refrain from having surgery. That life-saving surgeries as you think are not what you think. Trust and believe. You're better off in some other parts of the country, but I won't be sharing that information. I guess you're left to using your station and your surveillance of me, where you sit at your news desk to figure that out, bitch.